one question which I will actually want to ask. I've been meaning to ask an intelligent man. I didn't come across any for a while. So now that we're here, so
What about, you mean you've not dated intelligent men?
No, for a while.
For a while.
I
Okay.
haven't come across. So this question I want to ask that there is this relationship I was in, and I was dating this guy who's not an actor. He's a doctor, and for us, though I was a few years ago, I was in my mid-20s. He's a young doctor, but I still made a lot more money than him. For me, it was nice to go back to that environment where I actually grew up in, you know, real people, real environment. It was little, you know, it took me aback to lose my identity, like, because they were white people. He's an English guy. For me, it was a little hard to sort of come to a world where I'm just, you know, like leading an anonymous life. But I still came to terms with it. It was hard for him to adjust to my environment. Though I don't have hanky-panky filmy friends, all my friends are very humble. But every time he'd meet my friends, he would ask me, what did your friends think of me? Am I some small fry? He never spoke like that, you know, and it was so heartbreaking to see him under that kind of a stress. So I remember one incident when we were in London and how your movie star friends suggest you places that to go to, you know, like one of the best restaurants in the world and all of that. So I said that, you know, we should go here. And he Googled and he's like, I don't want to spend so much on food. I said, I want to go there and I want to pay for it. Can I? Because he liked paying for everything. He seemed okay with that. We went there, we had dinner, it was amazing. When it came to paying for the food, I swiped the card and everything, and he started to get psyched in a very unnatural way, you know, like he would ask me, what is this waiter thinking about me? I said, do you know the waiter? And he's like, no, but even that lady was looking at us. I said, do you know that lady? He's like, why do men do that? And that dinner became like a trauma, and I'm sure it was equally traumatic for him as well, because it led to a, you know, like an argument and then fight, and I cursed myself for even suggesting that I want to pay, you know. But if I can do laundries for him, go back to an anonymous life, being, you know, like a major movie star, he cannot come to terms with my environment, even if it is for like half an hour. Why do men do that?
Okay. So I'm not going to defend men, and I'm not going to make this about men versus women, but I do want to tell you one thing. Just as women are conditioned to be a certain way, men are also culturally conditioned. You know, masculinity is not discussed much. It is just told, a man is told, you are what you earn. You are the money you make. And when you make your money, you take care of your woman. And that's so ingrained in a man that for many men, it's part of their identity. Unless you're besharam like me, mujhe koi fark nahi padta.
It's not besharam, right? Like if he's my partner,
I know.
I mean,
no, jokes apart. And I think men are told that this is what it means to be a man. You need to be able to, you should always pay in a restaurant. And maybe in that restaurant, even the waiters always every day see the men paying, especially when a beautiful girl comes. And I think he felt small. Should he have felt too small? No. I think if he was secure about the relationship with you, he would have not felt small. But I think it was not about the money. It was not about who's paying. It seems like this man was afraid to lose you. He felt that I am not man enough for her, and she, like every other woman, will care that I never pay or I'm not able to afford.
But then how to have a healthy relationship with your partner when you can't always you cannot pretend to be a nobody all the time, right? Like for how long I can go on with a sort of facade that, oh fine, I'm just like another girl. I am not a movie star.
No,
I am not this capable person, and I do not visit fancy restaurants. I cannot go on pretending, like that's not natural.
That's the issue at large, and that's what the book deals with as well. I think like in some ways we have changed. So we have colleges, we have jobs, we have opportunities that a girl can come from an ordinary background and become very successful, whether it's a banker, scientist, doctor, or a movie star. But when they actually become successful, society, the social structures have not changed. We don't know what to do with them. Every man wants a girl who's not more successful than her. Now what will happen to Kangana? इनके लिए आदमी कहाँ से बनेगा, right?
No,
So
my
then she's like now saying, I need more love. Arey, what is happening? The moment I start getting awards, my boyfriends start getting insecure. So it's not her fault. Whereas for a man, when he wins an award, the girl is
I
expected
will
to.
organize a party for
हाँ, फिर वो
him,
पार्टियाँ
you
करती हैं
know.
वो.
But when I get an award, I became the object of suspicion that, okay, now what's going on with her, So
So that's a dilemma, and I think that's what this book is trying to address. That you've given women the opportunity to shine. We always keep saying empower the woman. There's a scene in the book where the girl tells her mother, "Why did Daddy tell me when I was a little child? We used to
Oh,
go to."
that line just made me cry. I was like, sobbing like a little girl when I read that. It's so powerful.
So she just says that dad used to tell me, बेटे बड़े हो के तुम कुछ भी बन सकते हो. You can be anything in life. And now I'm successful. Now I'm making so much money. My mom is saying you are not even a girl anymore. तू चुपचाप घर बैठ के शादी क्यों नहीं
Yeah,
करती?
because mom tells her that she cannot put her so many zero salary in her matrimonial. Because where will
They
guys
will have less guys. So they are making a shadi.com matrimonial for her. And mom says, no. The girl makes around 2-3 crores a year. She says, don't put your salary. Then we don't get good boys. So she says, mom, what is the point of my achievements if you're going to hide them?
Yeah, exactly. And that's when she says this. And this is, I think, is the most amazing part of the book.
And the bankers can hide achievements. But how is Kangana supposed to hide her achievements? They'll just read about it in the papers. So that's it. I think on that note, we'll do a very quick read. I don't like to do long readings. And my readings are also like dialogue. So I will read the boys part and Kangana will read the girls part. Normally, I've always written as a boy, so I can guide it because it's a first person boy. But this time it's going to be a little different because it's as a girl, so obviously Kangana has to read as a girl. So she'll be reading the girls' dialogues and the description and narrative. Those of you who have the book in their hand, page 13, chapter 2, page 13, around the second paragraph, the scene is it's a destination wedding happening. So the girl, Radhika, has met the arranged marriage guy she's getting married to. So she's not in love with him yet. It's just an arranged marriage guy who works in Facebook in IT department. She doesn't she doesn't have a relationship with him or anything yet. And they are in Goa and they decide that let's spend some time together. So the boy says, let's go for a walk on the beach. So this is the first meeting with this boy, Brijesh. Are you guys see chapter 2, page 12?
Also, I'll use two voice modulations.
Yeah.
One for Radhika, another for Minimi, which is she has a voice inside of her, like a nagging, criticizing. Would you introduce Minimi, please?
So there is a mental Radhika and there is a speaking Radhika. So Kangana will do both. Okay. Okay. So they are taking a walk. Kangana, from yeah.
Okay. So you just arrived yesterday from San Francisco.
Yeah, I landed last night. I wanted to maximize my leave. 1 week for the wedding, a couple of days after that at home in Mumbai, then Bali for our honeymoon. Used it all up actually.
The word honeymoon caused a jolt in me. Minimi woke up again. Honeymoon? After a dozen old Skype calls, meeting once over a day trip, a week in Bali with this man I'm walking next to. Will we be naked? Stop it, Adhika. Focus on the moment. Must be tiring, flying so much.
I saw you. I'm not tired anymore.
I smiled. The man is trying. Maybe I should too. Brijesh smiled back. He had innocent teacher's pet eyes. How's Facebook?
I had a busy month. Just finished an enterprise project. So much work. Front-end interfaces, back-end systems, underlying APIs.
APIs?
Application program interface. It's a set of routines, protocols, tools for building software applications. How software components interact basically.
I nodded, having understood not a word.
You have no idea what I'm talking about, right?
I laughed. I know, not the...
I know. Not the most exciting job in the world.
Come on, you work at Facebook. It's quite cool.
People think it is Facebook, so there's nothing to do. We post pictures all day or something.
Oh, I'm sure it is pretty high-tech behind the scenes. Should I talk more about personal stuff? He will happily discuss computer code for 2 hours if I let him. Radhika, take control.
Okay, I think we'll stop here. Rest you have to read the book. Big hand for Kangana to do this.